Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first session of Congressional Debate. We will now enter a bill to improve federal secondary education onto the floor. We're going to open our session today with a 3 or 4 minute affirmative constructive for the issue. Have I set to speak for my affirmative team? Miss Adeline, the floor is yours.
Okay. Hello, my fellow representatives. Sit back, relax. Remind yourself how it was to be a high school student. All the things you wanted to change. Today, we have the chance to change them. We have the chance to save the high school system. The United States education system ranks 17th compared to other developed countries. Both you and I know that our wonderful children are capable of much more. There's an obvious need for change. Currently, we are facing a system that does not work. The hours our children go to school are too long, our standards are too high, and the No Child Left Behind Act has not caused any significant increase in test scores, even though it has been in action for more than 10 years. Luckily, we have created a plan that will help us revamp our high school system. First, we would like to change the school hours. Instead of starting at 7, we would like to start at 10 a.m. and end at 3. We are sure this will work because Finland has similar hours and their school system is ranked at the top of the world. Changing the time will also improve attendance, increase continuous enrollment, and have less tardies. Next, we would like to eliminate the 2001 H.R. number 248 No Child Left Behind Act and all its 4 subsequent versions at all levels. As at today, about 20% of the country has already opted out of the plan and have successful results. For example, Massachusetts abandoned the No Child Left Behind Act and they have raised their average ACT scores. They must be doing something right considering they have the highest ACT scores in the country. Finally, we would like to eliminate national standards and set local standards. Each school differs from the next, and we cannot punish those who have less resources than others. Representatives, we have all lived in this area, so we know firsthand how diverse each school can be. Take an example, Princeton High School and Depue High School. Though both schools are only about 12 miles apart, each school is diverse. Resources within schools vary. This shows in the ACT scores. Princeton has an average ACT score of 21.1, while Depue has an ACT score of 15.1. With this information, we believe it is reasonable for each school to raise their standardized test scores by 1.5% of their specific scores of the previous year. Education is the key that unlocks the door to success, and today we have the chance to deliver that key to our children and let them lead us into a brighter future. Let's help our students reach their highest potential.
You have about 45 seconds left. Would you like any more time?
We're good.
You can just say pass. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much, Adeline. At this time, we're going to open up the floor to a cross-examination of this constructive by our negative team, the length of 1 minute. You have 1 minute to cross-examine, and your time starts now.
So, if the system doesn't work, how doesn't it work? Do you have proof of this? And what's your definition of working? Finland also has a higher cost of living and more money to do stuff with. The current U.S. debt is huge. The number is so long, I don't even want to read it. So, exactly. I mean, what are we going to do if we don't have enough money to change things? The money's not there, and people know the system is working to an extent. Sure, it has flaws, but there's still people going to college, people being successful, so I don't see how you can say that it doesn't work. Like, who are you to say it doesn't work?
You got about 10 seconds left.
So ask yourself, what is your definition of working?
At this time, our cross-examination time has ended. We'll now move on to a preparation time by our negative team. You guys have 30 seconds to prepare for your first constructive. That prep time starts now.
Okay.
So you're gonna
Off the record, the dead's wrong.
That's trillion.
And representatives, our preparation time has now ended. We'll now open the floor to a 3 or 4 minute first constructive by our negative team. Have I such a speech?
Yes.
Representative, the floor is yours.
Hello, representatives. So we have the No Child Left Behind Act. People say it doesn't work, but it provides help and assistance and tutoring to those who need it most. It provides tutoring to the low-income people and low proficiency. It helps them. It gives them extra assistance to raise their test scores in reading, math, and language arts, and even the sciences. It has also employed many proficient teachers and highly qualified to help students reach their best capabilities. The No Child Left Behind Act has increased the test scores slightly, and it is not a short-term process. This takes a long time. It can't be from 1 year to the next that you're going to see a dramatic improvement. So you have to give this time. And having a shorter school day will not help us. What are they going to be doing from there? There's going to be shorter time to learn and shorter amount of time to progress information. Excuse me. With a longer time, they are able to get more help and progress more information than if they had a shorter period of time. Also, this allows teachers to focus on subjects and expand their time and give assistance to those who need it most. So, representatives, do you think that by shortening the school day, that your students are going to be able to gain more information, to be taught more by the teachers? Do you think that them being out of school, possibly on the streets and doing nothing, do you think that's really going to help them raise their test scores and be more proficient in reading, math, science? I believe that the plan that you're proposing will not solve the problem. It may just increase more problems. The problems may turn from test scores to violence, to crime. So, my fellow representatives, do you want your child in school or on the streets for most of the day? Yep.
Thank you very much, Representative. At this time, we'll open the floor to a cross-examination by the affirmative team for the length of 1 minute. Affirmative team, you have 1 minute to cross-examine. That time starts now.
All right. Representative Marino, you said about how the test scores were raised within the bill of, or the act of No Child Left Behind. We have searched and no knowledge has said that, in fact, many have said that No Child Left Behind has actually even worked. 50% of the people have said that. About 34% have said that it's worsened, and about 29%, if not less, I'm not sure, have said that it's done a little bit. And you said that the No Child Left Behind Act needs to be a long process over time. This act has been active for more than 10 years. That's a long time. That's a decade.
10 seconds.
And we want to start our days later. It shows that, yeah, there may be less info they can take in, but they'll take it in better. Sleep deprivation is a big problem in the United States, and we need to cure
Thank
that.
you, Representative Barnes. At this time, we'll move on to a preparation time by our affirmative team for the length of 30 seconds. You have 30 seconds to prepare, and your time starts now. It's them. They're going to prepare, and then they go.
And then it's going to be done.
10 seconds remain on preparation.
This is for you to say that it's not working. Example week.
And our preparation time has ended. At this time, we'll move on to a second constructive, length of about 3 minutes, by our affirmative team. Have I such a speech? Representative, the floor is yours.
Representative Servando, or Marina, I don't know which one it is, sorry. Although your plan is good, but let me explain why it may not work. Our plan is to benefit of public secondary education institutes. By that, public schools of high schools. We want to have this bill passed by the end of this session, and this law will take effect by the next school year.
Yours. Thank you, Representative. I would like to point out that the No Child Left Behind Act, you guys said that it hasn't done anything. You guys said that it has done something for the schools, but it has not. There has been no proven statistical results that there has been an increase. There are minor, very, very minor increases, which is obviously not what we're looking for. We're looking for much more. Plus, the teachers that you guys say, the teachers that you said that were highly qualified, they are focusing more on to meet the standards and actually giving an education to their children. And that's the important thing. We want the children to have the education. And that's why we would like to eliminate it.
You've got about a minute left, if you need time.
50% of people have actually failed the standardized testing. Obviously, there's a problem here. And it's a test. If we take it away, will be no harm done if it doesn't work.
You got about 30 seconds. You don't have to use it. You can always say pass, but I encourage you to if you'd like. All right, representatives, our time has ended on the second affirmative constructive. Our negative team will now have 1 minute to cross-examine this constructive. Your time for cross-examination begins now.
So you say that you want to take away standards, but in this very same bill, you say that you want to put standards upon each school district. Do you think that by putting a 1.5% standard on each school, do you think that's going to make them excel? Don't you think that that's just going to make them try their minimum effort to get that 1.5%? With the No Child Left Behind Act, it is a higher standard, and they at least have to try to reach that standard. But this 1.5% standard, doesn't that seem like it's just the minimum effort? And in this, by taking away the No Child Left Behind Act, it will not take away the standardized test. You still plan on giving each school standardized tests.
10 seconds remain.
So you say you want to take away standards, but yet you put even lower standards on each school. So how do you expect a greater increase in education?
Thank you very much, Representative. Our cross-examination time is ended. We'll now give the negative team 30 seconds to prepare for their second constructive. Your time to prepare starts now. Excellent work so far, guys. You're doing great. 10 seconds remain to prepare. All right, representatives, at this time we'll open the floor to a 3-minute second constructive by our negative team, also the final constructive of the bill. Do I have such a speech?
Yes.
Representative Helen, the floor is yours.
Alright, representatives. This bill, it sounds donkey brain. 10 a.m. to 3? What about the parents that have to go to work before 10 a.m.? How are they going to watch their little kids? You say there's going to be a better attendance rate? People are just going to want to stay home and sleep, or they're going to go sleep later in the at night, and then they're gonna wake up later. They're not gonna. It's still gonna be the same problem at school. For the standardized test problem, not everybody is a good test taker. Everybody does wrong on tests. It's not a problem with the test. It's the people taking the test. And then you got that 1.5%. That's a minimum effort that they're doing to the school. Honestly, I don't think this plan is ever gonna work because of that fact.
Doing good. Got about right a minute left if you guys would like some more time.
And then, you're talking about Finland. This is the United States. Finland's in Europe. The United States is in North America. Not even close. Every place is diverse. We're not the same country. Yeah, so 4 hours a day, 75 minutes of that is recess.
Got about 10 seconds remaining.
That's it.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Representative. At this time, we will give the affirmative team 1 minute to cross-examine this speech. Your time for cross-examination begins now.
Representative Helen, are you aware of the test that was carried out in Minnesota in 2002? What they did was they changed the time of the school day up 1 hour each day and ended it. What the results that came back were improved attendance, increase in continuous enrollment, less tardies, students making fewer trips to the school nurse. Also, you stated that there's a problem with little kids with 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We are targeting secondary schools, not elementary schools. And with Finland, the case is both countries are developed, they both have the same social aspects, and their governments are similar. So that's how Finland is.
10 seconds remain.
That's how Finland is similar to the United States. And we will provide transportation for anyone who has to go.
Thank you very much, Representatives. At this time, we will close all new information to the floor and only discuss what we have already brought up in source material. Any new sources will be discarded by myself, the mediator.
Can we have statistics about that?
Yes, you can ask about the same sources, different statistic from the same sources you've already mentioned or interpretations. Yeah, that's fair game. Good question. Okay, our affirmative team now has 30 seconds to prepare for their first rebuttal. Your preparation time starts now. You're killing it, guys. Nice job. Keep going. Ten seconds remain to prepare. This is really going to go quick from here on to the end, so make sure you use your time. Okay, our preparation time has ended. We will now move into our first rebuttal by the affirmative team, length of about 2 minutes. Have I such a rebuttal? Mr. Barnes, the floor is yours.
Okay. As stated by Representative Helen, you said that each place is diverse, such as Finland is not the United States. Well, that's exactly what we're saying. DPU is so diverse, such as from Princeton. We are only 12 miles away, but totally different scores. We're totally different. One, our school is a Hispanic community. They are just plain white. But we do need to set standards within each district. We are not Princeton, but we are close together, which we're saying we are diverse. If we can put it within more of our reach, students will feel more comfortable with the standards of what we set. No Child Left Behind Act is just, I believe, not doing anything. It's been here for more than 10 years, as you see, barely any improvement that has been shown statistically. We need results. That's what we're here for. We're not here for unknown facts. As we said, Finland, yes, it's not United States, but we are typically the same. We both have the same aspects. We both are developed. Maybe if we would, look out, we would learn more.
10 seconds remain.
Is that all you got?
Thank you very much, representatives. At this time, our negative team has 30 seconds to prepare for their first rebuttal. Your preparation time starts now.
Oh, yeah, go.
Oh, hold on.
10 seconds remain to prepare negative. And our preparation time has ended. The negative team now has 2 minutes for their first rebuttal. Have I set your rebuttal?
Yes.
Representative, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I would like to start just by saying, you guys mentioned that your bill was mostly pushing towards secondary school, not elementary schools, but I think it would be a lot smarter. I think we all agree that it would be better to start the kids younger, so with their education and to get them started with whatever is in your bill. I don't really look over it, but why start in high school when you could start younger? Then kids are already going to have the idea of when they get older, the tests are going to be harder, and then as their education grows, the skill that it's going to take, the education knowledge that it's going to take to pass them tests are going to increase as well. So instead of just throwing it all on them when they reach a certain age, let them at least have an idea of what they're looking forward to when they get into high school. Also, you said like I mentioned, that you were just focused on secondary schools, and you mentioned a lot about Depue and a lot about Princeton. But Princeton High School, they have a school for their elementary students and they have a school for their high school. But their schools, such as Depue, their elementary, their pre-K, first grade, their high school is all in one school. So you guys don't, your bill didn't want to start in elementary. It was just focused on high school. But what about them kids that are in them schools that are combined? And also, you were talking about standardized testing. Finland only gives one standardized test, and that's at age 16. And their scores are
10 seconds remain.
than ours. Also, parents don't even trust teenagers alone sometimes. So if school's starting later, and say if kids go to a daycare or something, if they're already going to be ready for school, why not just come earlier?
Thank you very much, Representative. At this time, we will move on to a preparation time for our affirmative team, the length of 30 seconds. Your time to prepare starts now.
So
10 seconds remain to prepare.
It's basically saying that standards.
And our preparation time has ended. We will move on to a second rebuttal by our affirmative team, the length of 1 minute. Do I have such a speech? Representative, the floor is yours.
Representative Lopez, did you research anything for this bill? You seem very unprepared.
I did research this.
Technically, to let you know, you don't have to answer him, but you can if you want to. Not a cross-examination, it's his time.
quote unquote, didn't really look over it. 2 seconds before the. No, that's gonna be that.
That's not the way back up.
It shows that schools will, high-performing schools in the ACT are often not even in the No Child Left Behind Act. If you take the 10 schools that are, you will see a bigger growth than the ones that are in No Child Left Behind.
You have 10 seconds left.
That's all I have.
Excellent. Thank you, Representative. At this time, our negative team now has 30 seconds to prepare for their second rebuttal. Your time to prepare starts now.
This is a rebuttal.
10 seconds remain in negative preparation time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Our preparation time has ended. Negative team will open the floor to your second rebuttal, length of 1 minute. Have I such a speech?
Yes, you do.
Representative, floor is yours.
All right, Representative, you have talked about having standards and everything, but with the No Child Left Behind Act, we have given more money and assistance to those who need it, like the mentally disabled or the learning impaired. I don't see anything that is in your bill that assists them. You're focusing more on everybody's equals. But what are you going to do with people who need extra assistance? Are you just going to give them the same standards? Are you going to give them that 1.5% to meet even though they can't learn as well? Also, we talk about Finland. Finland doesn't have an ACT. So why are we focusing on a standardized test such as ACT if you're just going to get rid of it? Does it really matter what those results say if you're just going to take it all away?
10 seconds remain, Representative.
The No Child Left Behind Act is also a way for schools to get funding. If they show increase, they get funding, and they help their students learn more by...
Thank you very much, Representative. The affirmative team now has 30 seconds to prepare for their third and final rebuttal. Your time to prepare begins now.
Okay, I got this.
Finish strong, you guys. You can do it.
I got this. Oh, dude, no, I need this.
10 seconds remain in affirmative preparation time. Our preparation time has ended. Affirmative team will open the floor to a third and final rebuttal, length of 1 minute. Have I such a speech?
Yes.
Representative Gavina, the floor is yours.
Okay. If you don't pass this law, our education system will crumble. You guys have to understand, education is the key to success, and if we don't give this education to our children, what will the future be? The future will not be pretty awesome, Representative Gusman. It will be bad. And obviously, you say that the No Child Left Behind Act lets the kids catch up, correct? But the No Child Left Behind Act actually pushes the minimum lower. If somebody is doing bad in a class, then the teacher has to stop the whole class to help that one person. And that is actually, excuse me. That is actually pushing the minimum effort down, which is what you guys said earlier.
10 seconds remain.
And Finland doesn't have the ACT, but they do have standardized testing that are very similar to the ACTs. Yes, they may only test once, but they have a different...
Thank you very much, Representative Gavina. Affirmative team, we thank you. Negative team, you have 30 seconds to prepare for your third and final rebuttal. Your preparation time starts now.
Why are we talking so much about Finland? Sweden. Fuck Sweden.
10 seconds remain to prepare.
Yes, let's go. I don't need it.
Excellent. Representative Guzman, the floor is yours. 1 minute.
So you want to talk about the minimum effort? Finland goes for 4 hours a day. How is that not a minimal effort? They can go for...
Should we say something?
It's my time, miss.
Sorry, Representative Guzman.
So basically, you want to say that the U.S. is doing minimal efforts to change things, but yeah, you're comparing us to Finland, who goes for 4 hours a day. I don't see the comparison being equal. So, you can change it, and hey, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But you're expecting basically a world where everything is awesome, as I put it, but you so strongly refuse to believe. Basically, you want what
10
our
seconds
parallel universe
remain.
would be. Perfect, flowers, no freaking snow, all that good stuff.
Thank you very much, Representative. A round of applause for everybody. Excellent job. Absolutely awesome.